Morning slips in through the curtain, soft and slow. A stripe of gold across the floor where the shadows go. I let the kettle hum a little longer than I need. Steam curling up like a quiet thought, a soft routine. The room is still, the phone is dark, the street's gone blue. I stir my cup and watch the light decide what to do. A neighbor's dog lets out one yawn across the way. And for a minute nothing needs to move or have it say. There's a coat thrown over the chair from last night's walk. A notebook open to a line I never thought to talk. The radiator ticks in a language of its own. A half-heard song from the hallway, a familiar tone. I trace the rim of the cup with one slow finger. Let the day arrive, however it's gonna bring her. No rush to name the feeling, no plan to write it down. Just the breathing of a room when nobody's around. And I'm learning how to be here, letting the hour unfold. Holding nothing too tightly, watching the light turn gold where the light stays. That's where I am, just a body, just a breath, just an open hand where the light stays. No need to chase, every hour falling gently into place. I'm right here where the light stays. Later on, the city hums a different kind of blue. The streetlights waking slowly like they always do. I take the long way past the bakery, past the park. Hear a couple laughing softly in the gathering dark. A paper cup left on a bench by someone who was here. A bike leans on a railing like it hasn't anywhere. And I think of all the rooms I've carried in my chest. The quiet ones, the ordinary ones, the ones that know me best. If the morning takes its time, if the evening takes its time too, I will learn the art of standing still, the way the window learns of you. There's a kindness in the ordinary, a warmth that doesn't need a name. And I will keep returning to this place where the light is and I came, where the light stays. That's where I am, just a body, just a breath, just an open hand where the light stays. No need to chase, every hour falling gently into place. I'm right here where the light stays. I'm right here where the light stays. And the room is warm and nothing's moving on. Just the ticking of the clock against the wall, a breath beside the evening letting go. The cup is empty now, but I don't mind at all. I'm right here, I'm right here. Where the light stays slow. The window is half open, letting the morning lean in. A thin line of gold stretching across the floor. I watch it touch the edge of a book I never finished, and the dust turns slow, like it has nowhere to go. My tea has gone cold, but I keep my hands around it just to feel the shape of something warm and still. The street outside has finally learned to whisper, and I am listening again. There's a coat thrown over the chair like it forgot to leave, and a phone face down because I'm not in a hurry. I count the small things, the ones that don't need answers. The way the ceiling fan keeps drawing quiet circles. A neighbor's cat sits on the railing without a plan, just breathing in whatever the day decides to give. I think about how often I forget to notice this, and I don't wanna forget, I don't wanna miss it. So I'm staying here, letting the room hold me, trading rush for the sound of a clock that's barely ticking. If the world is loud, I can lower my voice. If the night is long, I can make it gentle. Where the light stays, where the light stays slow. I'm right here, I'm not going anywhere. Let the hours pass like clouds across a window. I'm right here, I'm right here where the light stays low. I don't need the noise, I just need the glow. A soft place to land when my head gets heavy. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm right here, I'm right here. The afternoon slips into the color of honey, and my shadow grows long against the kitchen wall. I open a drawer and find a letter I never sent, folded small, like a sleeping thing. I'll keep a little longer. There's music somewhere down the hall, a piano half heard, playing notes that sound like they're thinking out loud. I close my eyes and let the silence have the last word, and the silence says, you are allowed to rest now. Maybe this is all the prayer I'll ever need. A breath that goes in and a breath that comes back. Maybe healing is just learning the weight of staying, letting ordinary minutes go golden at the edges. I'm not chasing, I'm not running towards something. I'm just here under the lamp, under the ordinary sky, and that is enough, that is more than enough. Yeah. Where the light stays, where the light stays slow. I'm right here, I'm not going anywhere. Let the evening curl around me like a blanket. I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. Where the light stays low. I don't need the noise, I just need the glow. A soft place to land when my head gets heavy. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm right here, I'm right here. The cup is empty now, but I don't mind at all. The street outside is gone soft, the street outside is gone kind. I'm right here, I'm right here, where the light hit, where the light stays. Morning leans against the window pane. Same glass, same frame, same slow lane. Coffee cooling on the table by my hand. Steam curling like a thought I can't quite name. The chair across the room holds yesterday's sweater, crumbles soft like it's still trying to rest. I count the lines of daylight leaves on wood, one for awake, one for the hours I forget. The fridge hums low, a small familiar engine. Keys are resting where I left them last night. Nothing asks me for a louder kind of living. Nothing needs me to pretend I'm bright. There's a quiet kind of work in how I breathe, and folding paper and wiping down the sink. Small motions that don't show up on the calendar, but keep me from the edge, keep me from the brink. My neighbor's radio drifts through the thin walls. Song I almost know the chorus, half familiar. I let it sit unfinished in my chest. No need to chase the words, no need to mirror. The afternoon arrives without a warning, shadows stretching longer than the day. I don't reach for a screen, I don't reach for a story. I let the room just be the room and stay. And I notice now how little I require. Just the glow, just the hum, just the low electric wire. Just the way the dust decides to float and pause. Just the ordinary magic of unbroken laws. Where the light stays, where the light stays slow. Where I don't have to hold my heart up for show. Where the hours pass like trains that don't stop here. Where the quiet is the only thing I hear. Where the light stays, where it finds the floor. Where I stop pretending I need more and more. Where the cup is warm and the window's clear, and I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. Evening gathers like a friend who doesn't knock, just steps inside and pulls a chair up close. The lamp decides it doesn't need to promise much. Just a circle, just a glow, just a quiet dose. I read a page, I don't remember what it said, but the rhythm of the sentences felt kind. Like someone walking slowly through a garden, pointing out what's growing on my mind. A car passes, then another, then a silence, the kind that isn't empty, just complete. I think about the people in the kitchens, their small rituals, their ordinary feet. Maybe this is all the prayer I'm meant to make. Not asking, just a noticing, just to stay. And maybe holding this is how the steam keeps rising. Whether I'm watching it or not, whether I'm praying, maybe peace is just the room remembering me. The same way I've remembered it for years. The same chair, the same warm, with the same low ceiling. Holding on my quiet, holding back my tears. Where the light stays, where the light stays slow, where I don't have to hold my heart up for show, where the hours pass like trains that don't stop here, where the quiet is the only thing I hear. Where the light stays, where it finds the floor, where I stop pretending I need more and more, where the cup is warm and the window's clear, and I'm right here, I'm right here, I'm right here. Like a friend who doesn't knock, just steps inside and pulls a chair up close. The lamp decides it doesn't need to promise much, just a circle, just a glow, just a quiet dose. I read a page, I don't remember what it said, but the rhythm of the sentences felt kind, like someone walking slowly through a garden, pointing out what's growing on my mind. A car passes, then another, then a silence, the kind that isn't empty, just complete. I think about the people in their kitchens, their small rituals, their ordinary feet. Maybe this is all the prayer I'm meant to make, not asking, just to know to sing, just to stay. And maybe holiness is how the steam keeps rising, whether I'm watching it or not, whether I'm praying. Maybe peace is just the room remembering me, the same way I remembered it for years. The same chair, the same warm wood, the same low ceiling, holding all my quiet, holding back my tears. Where the light stays, where the light stays slow, where I don't have to hold my heart up for show, where the hours pass like trains that don't stop here, where the quiet is the only thing I hear. Where the light stays. The window lets the morning lean on the floor, the stripe of gold that finds the empty chair. I left the coffee where I left it before, still warm, untouched, a quiet kind of prayer. The street outside is worn as soft as shoes, the traffic hums, no rush, no hurry tune. I trace the dust the sunlight seems to choose, and let the day arrive a little soon. The kettle clicks, the fridge begins to hum, a neighbor dog is barking far away. I do not need the day to overcome, just room to breathe, just room to softly stay. My phone is dark, my hands are finally still, no scroll, no ping, no tiny glow in need. I let the clock move slower than it will, and watch a single leaf cross the concrete. The house is small but holds the whole of now, a cup, a chair, a record left on spin. I do not know exactly when or how, but something warm is settling within. Maybe it is the room, maybe the brew, maybe the way the curtains hold the blue. Maybe it is just me finally due to let the softer things come quietly through. I am not chasing, I am not waiting long, I am not reaching for a brighter thing. I am just listening to the place I belong, and letting the small light in. Hey, where the light stays, where the light stays, on the table, on my skin, on the wall. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I am breathing, I am letting it fall. Slow and steady, nothing rushing, nothing left to prove. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I am held inside the groove, I am held inside the groove. Inside the room, I am held inside the soft and steady tune. The afternoon comes drifting through the glass, a lazy gold that has no place to be. I let the hours pass without a pass, and watch the shadows write their poetry. Somewhere a plane is carving through the pale, somewhere a child is calling out a name. I pull my sweater closer to exhale and feel the ordinary touch my frame. It is not much, this ordinary grace, a street, a window, water in a glass. It is enough to feel my own true place, to let the unimportant gently pass. So if you find a quiet afternoon and a cup of something warm still in your hands, do not rush to fill the empty soon. Do not chase a brighter set of plans, just sit a while where the shadows lean. Just breathe a while where the day is kind. The light will stay steady and serene, and quiet will remain a friend you find. Quiet will remain a friend you find. A friend you find. A friend you find. Where the light stays, where the light stays. On the table, on my skin, on the wall. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am breathing, I am letting it fall. Slow and steady, nothing rushing, nothing left to prove. Where the light stays, where the light. Morning slipped and slow across the floor. A cup of something warm I didn't make. I watched the steam curl up and disappear, like every thought I tried to hold today. The room is quiet, nothing asking me. No rush, no sound, just daylight on my hands. I let the moment sit where it belongs. No need to move, no need to understand. Outside the window, the street is gone soft. Cars move like they forgot where they were going. The neighbors playing leaves closer to the glass, asking for a word I haven't spoken. I breathe in once, I breathe in twice again. The air is sweet, a little tired, a little kind. Some days are just the small things, staying near a chair, a light, a door I've left behind. And I don't need a reason to be still. I don't need a name for what I feel. Just a room that knows the shape of me. Just a moment that has nothing to me. Where the light stays soft on my skin, where the light stays low, where it lets me in, where the light stays slow through the afternoon, where the light stays close like a quiet tune. I will find my way to the softer side. I will let the day just open wide, where the light stays soft, where the light stays home, where the light stays. There's a letter folded underneath a book, a sentence I keep meaning to unfold, a coat that's hanging longer by the door, a habit that has quietly grown old. A tidy nothing, I rearrange, no thought. I let the dust become a kind of friend. The world can wait until I'm ready for it. Some hours are just mine until the end. If you walked in now, you wouldn't say a word. You'd say, you breathe, you let the silence hold. There's a kind of peace that doesn't need a name. There's a kind of warmth that doesn't need a flame. I have known the noise, I have known the cold, but here the light is patient, here the light is cool. Where the light stays soft on my skin, where the light stays low, where it lets me in, where the light stays slow through the afternoon, where the light stays close like a quiet tune. I will find my way to the softer side. I will let the day just open wide, where the light stays soft, where the light stays home, where the light stays soft on the table, soft on the floor, soft through the window, soft through the door. I'll be here a little longer than I planned, where the light stays soft, where the light stays. The kettle hums a tune I half remember, steam curling slow above the kitchen tile. Your jacket still hangs loose upon the chair, like it forgot to leave, like it had time. I trace the rim of my mug with one finger, watch a single leaf settle in the sink outside. The streetlights blur to honey amber, and I don't need to tell you what I think. There's laundry on the line, 2 shirts, 1 sweater, a quiet kind of weather in the room. The neighbor's window glows a softer blue now, some TV murmur drifting through the wall. I count the ceiling cracks like old acquaintances, the ones I've known since moving in last fall. Nothing here is loud, nothing here is urgent, just the traffic sounds and shadows down the hall. Let the evening stretch its arms across the floor. Let the heater click inside. I'm not waiting for a message or a knock. I'm just letting time go by. Where the light stays, where the light stays soft on the table. Where the light stays, where the light stays low and willing. Where the light stays, I can breathe a little longer. Where the light stays, I can stay a little longer. Stay, I can stay a little longer. Stay, stay. There's a notebook open to a half-written page. The pen rolled off somewhere beneath the couch. I think about the things I meant to finish. The garden, the apology, the call. But the cat is purring somewhere in the doorway. And the bread I baked this morning smells like home. Some days the bravest thing is just to sit here and let the ordinary be enough on its own. If you walked in right now, I wouldn't startle. I'd just pour you tea inside your favorite cup. We don't need a reason, we don't need a headline. Just the way the evening kinda lifts us up. I could read a book, you could fold the laundry. We could let the radio pick out the songs. Nothing here is broken, nothing here is missing. We've been finding peace in places all along. Where the light stays soft on the table. Where the light stays, where the light stays low and willing. Where the light stays, I can breathe a little longer. Where the light stays, I can stay a little longer. Stay, I can stay a little longer. Stay. Cup will cool, the street will settle slower. The moon will draw a line across the floor. I'll be here a little longer than I planned. Where the light stays off, where the light stays, where the light stays. Morning sliding through the blinds, a dingo line across the floor. The kettle hums, the steam climbs. I am not asking for anything more. My hands around a ceramic cup, the chair beneath me letting go. Nothing pulling me back up, just the quiet I already know. The neighbor walks her dog past, a small bell jingling on the fence. I count the seconds, let them last, watch her leaf decide against the wind. My phone is dark, my curtains thin, the street outside is almost still. I let the ordinary settle in, the way warm water fills the sill. I don't need a sign to tell me where I stand. I don't need the world to rearrange. Just this room, this breath, this lamp, just the patience of a single page. Where the light stays, where the light stays soft on me. Where the light stays soft on me. Not a halo, not a show, just a window letting the morning know. Where the light stays, where the light stays soft on me. Oh, oh, oh. The afternoon comes slow and low, shadows pulling by my feet. I read a line and let it go. Watch the dust turn golden in the heat. Somewhere a child is laughing far, somewhere a buzz is rolling past. I don't have to leave where I are, the present tense is holding fast. I used to run ahead of days, I used to fold the night in half. Now I sit inside the haze and let my thoughts go quiet like a draft. There's no confession I must keep, no verdict hanging in the air. Just a table, just a sleep, just a body resting in a chair. Where the light stays, where the light stays soft on me. Where the light stays soft on me. Not a halo, not a show, just a window letting the evening know. Where the light stays, where the light stays soft on me. Oh, oh, oh. The lamp clicks on, the day unwinds, a long breath drawn against my chest. The city hums, the night is kind, and I am here, and I am rest. Where the light stays soft, where the light stays. where the light stays. The morning folded through the curtain, dust on the shelf, the kettle humming low. I watched the steam climb up and disappear, like little prayers I never learned to throw. My tea was cool before I took a sip. The city drew a line across the glass. A bus went past with sleepy yellow lights, and nothing in me asked for more than this. The hallway keeps a quiet kind of grace. My shoes remember every floor they've known. There's something honest in an empty room. A chair pulled out, a jacket left alone. I let the silence sit beside me here. It doesn't ask for much, it doesn't press. Just breathes along in small familiar waves, like hands that rest inside an empty dress. And I have learned to love the ordinary, the way a street can soften after rain. I'm not chasing, I'm not running, I'm not losing anything. Just letting every shadow find its place, then move along again. Where the light stays soft, where the light stays, where the light stays on the kitchen wall. Where the light stays long, where the light stays, where the light stays, and I feel small. Where the light stays warm, where the light stays, where the light stays like it knows my name. Where the light stays, and nothing ever has to change. There's a notebook full of half-written days and pens that dry before I found the line. I used to think I owed the world a draft. Now I'm content to leave some pages blind. The neighbor's dog is barking at the breeze. A kid is laughing somewhere down the lane. I trace a circle on the fogged up glass and let the world go round without my name. If you find me, I won't be glowing. I'll just be sitting, watching steam rise slow. I don't need the whole sky to be golden. Just enough light to tell me where to go. Just enough light to tell me where I am. Just enough light to keep me where I stand. Where the light stays soft, where the light stays, where the light stays on a kitchen wall. Where the light stays long, where the light stays like it knows that I am there. Where the light stays warm, where the light stays, where the light stays when the night gets cold. Where the light stays. A quiet hand I get to hold. Where the light stays soft on the table. Where the light stays by my cup. Where the light stays, where the light stays, slowly folding up. Where the light stays, where the light stays, soft way. Where the light stays, yeah. Where the light stays soft. Morning pulls a chair up to the table, a cup still leaning on his saucer. I trace a circle in the steam and don't ask the day for anything. The curtain lets the light come in without a sign, without a rush. The fan turns slow above my head and I let the clock keep its own time. Yeah. A neighbor waves from behind the hedge, her kettle humming something low. I almost know the tune she hums, but I don't try to sing along. A sweater rests on the chair I love, a pen I lost and found again. The plants along the ceiling sideways, green and patient with the room. I crack the window open just a bit, let the outside air stand in the door. And the color shifts before I notice, quiet as a page turned down. Some days are quieter than I earned. Some evenings don't ask anything. I keep walking toward the steady thing, the place where nothing has to move. I don't have to be the brightest flame, I only wanna keep one lit. And small lights are the honest ones They stay because they want to. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Let it stay where I forgot to look. Let it stay on the hand and learn to rest. Where the light stays soft, where the light stays soft. Everywhere a person chooses warmth. In the kitchen, in the hallway, in the chair that no one has to fight for tonight. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm not chasing it, I'm just living where it lands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a song my mother used to hum in winter. I can almost stand inside it if I'm still. The house I grew up in is far from me, but the chorus still knows where I sleep. I'm writing something out in slow handwriting. Not a letter, not a journal, just a list of rooms that held me when I needed holding, and doors that open without asking why. The rain has stopped, the gutter drips a little. The street is almost ready to be dry. I walk out barefoot to check the bed, so hands in my pockets know where I have to be. I used to think the light was somewhere else, in a city, in a window I had not found, but it was here the whole time. On the counter, on the reading glasses, by the keys. I'm not asking for a bigger room tonight, I'm not praying for a louder peace. I'm just sitting while the candle dust is burning, letting the small flame do the slow work. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Let it stay where I forgot to look. Let it stay on the step where I take off my shoes. Let it stay on the back of the hand I hold. Where the light stays soft, where the light stays soft. On the bookshelf, on the keys, on the floor, in the hush between the things I almost said, in the breath I take before I speak. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm not chasing it, I'm just let the light stay. Morning comes slow through the curtain's edge. Coffee cooling on a table I forgot to clear. The street is gone quiet the way a hell breath settles, and I'm not rushing anywhere today. A neighbor waves, the dog pulls at the leash. Sunlight making a long stripe on the kitchen wall. I count the small things I never wrote down. The way your hand looked turning a page. There's a hum from the fridge I've stopped hearing. A plant leaning hard toward the window pane. I open the door just to let the hallway air in. Let it walk across the floor where I'm sitting. No phone in my lap, no list in my pocket, just the sound of my own breathing at last. The city is out there doing its city things, and I am here not asking it for anything. I used to chase the feeling, run it down, try to keep the good moments from leaving town. Now I let them stay where they land, soft on the table, warm in my hand. Where the light stays, where the light stays. On the wall, on the cup, on the back of your hand. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am learning to live where the small things stand. No need to reach, no need to hold it tight. The morning doesn't ask me to be bright. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am here, I am quietly alright. Later I walk to the corner for bread, wave at the same man who sells the paper. The sky will do whatever the sky does, and I'll come back before the shadows lengthen. There's a chair by the window I've named the good chair, the one that holds me when I don't feel like standing. I've stopped trying to be a better version of myself on the days the world is already this off. I'm not running toward and I'm not running from. I'm just a body in a room getting warm. The radiator ticks, the light moves slow. I'm not in any hurry to know what I know. If you walked in now, I just pour you a cup. We'd sit in the quiet without needing to talk. Sometimes the bravest thing is to stay in the chair and let the afternoon find you right there. Where the light stays, where the light stays. On the floor, on the door, on the place where you sat. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am letting the ordinary hold what I have. No need to climb, no need to make it shine. The day is enough the way it finds me in time. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am breathing, I am here, I am doing just fine. So this is the shape of a quiet life, a window, a cup, and the hum of the fridge outside. Nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just the same soft light in the same soft room, where the light stays, where the light stays. Where the light stays. The curtain moves a little, just enough to say good morning back. Coffee cooling on the table, there's a ring left where the cup sat. Shoes by the door, not rushing, jacket hanging where I left it dry. Nothing on the clock right now, no need to measure how the hours lie. I trace a line across the wood, the grain feels warmer than the screen. Some days the quiet says it all, you know what I mean. A neighbor's cat is sleeping where the hallway meets the sun. I watch the dust decide to dance and settle one by one. The fridge, I'm something low and sweet, a tune I almost know. I open up the window, I let the whole street come and go. Somewhere someone's playing keys, the notes drift over from next door. It sounds like every Tuesday did the same and something more. I'm not waiting for a sign, I'm not reaching for a line, just the way the room holds me, like it's known me for a long, long time. Where the light stays, that's where I'll be. Cup half full, hands at rest, let the morning carry me. Where the light stays, soft on the floor, nothing chasing, nothing missed, just a little more, just a little more. Where the light stays, I write a list and lose the page, the ink still wet on my thumb. A text I meant to send last night, can't wait until I'm done. The radio is playing something the DJ doesn't name, the kind of song that fits the sky before it turns to flame. I count the reasons I am here, I get to 4 and stop. The 5th one breathes itself and no need to write it at the top. If the whole world's bed up tonight, if the street outside were loud, I'd find the corner of this room where the noise is not allowed. Just a lamp, just a chair, just a wall, just the hum I've grown to know, and the quiet little promise that I don't have to go. Where the lights stay, that's where I'll be. Cup half full, hands at rest, let the morning carry me. Where the lights stay, soft on the floor, nothing chasing, nothing missed, just a little more, just a little more. Where the light stays, where the light stays, by the window, by the chair. Where the light stays, in the cup, in the air. Where the light stays, and I'm not anywhere else. Where the light stays, just me, just myself. Where the light stays. Morning came in slower than I asked, a little bit of gold across the floor. The cup I left there from the night before, still holding warmth I didn't know it had. The street outside is quiet, almost new. A neighbor waves without a single word. The curtain moves the way a curtain should, soft enough to tell me what to do. I check my phone, believe it, on the chair. No one needs an answer quite this soon. The breath goes in, a breath goes out the room. I let the silence meet me standing there. The kettle hums a low and easy song. The fridge clicks off and lets the morning be. There's nothing here that's asking things of me, and that's the place I've waited for so long. So I won't hurry, I won't reach for something far. Just stand here steady, knowing exactly where we are. The room is easy, the day is kind, and nothing's missing, nothing left to find. Where the light stays, that's the place I wanna be. Where the light stays, just the cup, the chair and me. Where the light stays, nothing pulling at my sleeve. Where the light stays, just enough to breathe. Where the light stays, slow and simple, warm and small. Where the light stays, I'm not chasing, I'm not calm. Where the light stays, let the morning take its time. Where the light stays, and the world is mostly mine. Yeah, yeah. I walk downstairs without a single plan. The tiles are cool beneath my bare feet. A banana peel, a note I didn't read. A shoe that's lying where the hallway began. The garden door is open just a crack. A bumblebee is sorting out the time. I watch him work and feel a quiet rhyme between his day and mine and coming back. Maybe this is all the song there is. A window and a breath and nothing more. A coat left hanging loosely by the door. A sky that changes color just because I'm not becoming something I should be. I'm not learning anything I know. I'm letting ordinary gently grow. Wherever ordinary finds room for me. Where the light stays, that's the place I wanna be. Where the light stays, just the cup, the chair and me. Where the light stays, nothing pulling at my sleeve. Where the light stays, just enough to breathe. Where the light stays, slow and simple, warm and small. Where the light stays, I'm not chasing, I'm not called. Where the light stays, let the evening do its part. Where the light stays, softly settling in my heart. The light stays here. The light stays here with me. A little longer, a little longer. Where the light stays, just me, just myself. Where the light stays. Morning slid across the floor again. A long pale stripe that knew my room by heart. Steam still rising from the cup beside my hand. The curtains breathing slow the way they start. The plant leaned closer to the window pane. My shadow stretched and folded back in place. I didn't reach for anything in particular. Just let the morning find its own slow pace. Outside the street is one, its colors down. A neighbor's gated dog, a paper sack. The mailman steps a time like an older song. The kind you don't remember, just feel come back. I make the bed the way I make my sentences. Both sides even, pillow square and tall. There is a kind of peace in folding corners right. And not asking the morning to be more than all. I'm not running from anything tonight. I'm not chasing anything at all. The hour is heavy and I am heavy with it. And that is a weight I can quietly hold. I don't need the world to hear me. I don't need to rearrange my name. Just a window and a table in the morning. Just the fact that I'm standing here the same. Where the light stays, I stay too. Where the light stays, with the dust that floats. Where the light stays, I am slow and steady. Where the light stays, I will hold what grows. Lay the cup down soft upon the table. Count 1 breath, 2 breath, 3 breath more. Where the light stays, the room keeps breathing. Where the light stays, I open the door. Nothing rushes, nothing pulls me under. Nothing loud, nothing I have to prove. Where the light stays, I find my footing. Where the light stays, I remain, I move. Afternoon hangs like a shirt upon the line. The cab maps sunlight across the kitchen floor. I write a list that doesn't need a reason. A comma here, a check mark, nothing more. Somewhere a bus pulls out into the avenue. Someone laughs, someone throws a window wide. I'm inside and I am grateful for the smallness, for the wall that holds a picture of the sky. I walk the hallway just to feel the distance, just to walk back and start the loop again. Ordinary days, ordinary motions, but the ordinary can be a quiet friend. If you pass and see the lamp still glowing, if you wonder if I'm lonely, please don't be sad. Loneliness is one thing, solitude another, and the second one isn't really bad. I have learned the shape of my own breathing. I have learned to love the ordinary, the empty cup, the chair against the window, the way the light decides it wants to stay with me. Where the light stays, I stay too. Where the light stays, let the hours go. Where the light stays, I am slow and steady. Where the light stays, I will hold what grows. Lay the cup down soft upon the table. Count 1 breath, 2 breath, 3 breaths more. Where the light stays, the room. Where the light stays, 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 where the light stays. I'm sitting by the window where the heater hums low. A cup of tea is cooling and I watch the steam slow. The street outside is empty, just a single yellow light. I trace a line of shadow with my finger in the night. There's no need to be anywhere, no need to be on time. My shoulders finally loosen and my breathing finds a rhyme. The room is soft and patient and the walls are warm and grey. I'm letting go of all the noise that dragged me through the day. I notice how the curtain pulls a little when it breathes. The carpet holds the footprints that the evening quietly leaves. A neighbor's dog is barking somewhere distant down the lane. The sound feels like a lullaby, a kind of gentle rain. I'm not in any hurry to be better or to prove. I'm learning how to listen to the things I used to lose. The morning isn't rushing and the night isn't through. There's a kind of peace that only happens when there's nothing else to do. So I'm staying where the quiet stays, letting go of all the heavy days. I'm not reaching for a brighter flame, I'm just learning how to love the name of the moment, of the simple place where the light falls easy on my face. Where the light stays, where the light stays, through the open blinds and quiet lanes. Where the light stays, like a soft and steady refrain. I don't need the world to rearrange, I don't need a single thing to change. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I'm breathing in the gentle days. Where the light stays, where the light stays. The teacup is half empty now, the honey settled low. The streetlight finally flickered off, the sun is starting slow. I hear the milkman in the distance and a pigeon on the stair. These little ordinary things feel like a quiet prayer. I'm not a better person than I was an hour ago. I'm just a little softer and a little less on go. The ceiling fan is turning like a wheel inside my chest, and I finally remember what it feels like just to rest. If the world keeps spinning faster, I will not chase the sound. If the morning comes in pieces, I will not turn around. I will lay the moment under me like a stone in a stream. I will let the day be simple, I will let the morning dream. There's a kindness in the stillness, there's a friend inside the air. There's a door I keep on opening and find you standing there. Where the light stays, where the light stays, through the open blinds and quiet lanes. Where the light stays, like a song that no one else explains. I'm not reaching for the perfect thing, I'm just letting ordinary moments ring. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I'm a passenger, the sky can take the reins. Where the light stays, where the light stays, where the light stays. The kettle clicks off, the steam finds the air. I watch it curl up like a small prayer. The room doesn't ask me to be anywhere. Just here, just here, just here. My phone's on the table, the screen staying dim. A plant by the ceilings, its whole leaf in. The street has gone soft, the cars whisper thin, like they know that I'm listening. I let my shoes sit by the door where they fell. The wood floor remembers the pace of my step. The fridge hums low, a small sound I know well. A kind of lullaby nobody is kept outside. A neighbor is locking up slow. The keys say goodbye to the brass one more time. And somewhere a dog gives a half-hearted hello to the quiet that follows the chime. I don't need the world to be loud tonight. I don't need the day to keep turning tight. Just a breath, just a window, just this gentle light. Just enough to feel I'm still here, alright. Where the light stays, where the light stays, that's the room I'll keep returning to. Where the light stays, where the light stays, there's a chair and a cup and a softer hue. I will go slow, I will go slow. Let the hours move like water low. The book on the counter falls open halfway to a page I have read and then thrown away. The cat in the hallway is keeping the day at the length of her slow gray stare. I trace the wood grain with the edge of my thumb. I think of the things I have carried and done. I think of the years I have quietly come to the end of and begun. Maybe healing is just learning the room, the exact way the afternoon starts to bloom, the exact way the afternoon softens to gray, the exact way the evening knows what to say. Maybe I'm not lost, maybe I'm just found by the sound of a street that is calmed down, by the weight of a mug that my hands have known, by the light that is warm when I'm fully alone. Where the light stays, where the light stays, that's the room I'll keep returning to. Where the light stays, where the light stays, there's a chair and a cup and a softer hue. I will go slow, I will go slow. Let the hours move like water low. Where the light stays, I will go slow. The kettle's gone cold, but I don't mind yet. The streetlight outside makes a long amber set. I'll sit with the quiet and I'll forget. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Morning slides in past the curtain hem. Your shoes are quiet by the door again. I hear the fridge hum, the clock ticks slow. Steam from the kettle bending low. The city wakes but I am slow, just watching shadows learn to glow. The room is warm, the boards are bare, and every breath says I am here. A neighbor drags a bin across the lane. A pigeon shuffles on the window pane. My tea is cooling where I set it down. My phone is silent, face down brown. Nothing demands me, nothing calls. The dust is dancing on the walls. I trace a circle on the wood and feel the day is being good. So let the hours stretch out long, let the radiator hum its song. I'm not in any hurry now, I am not waiting, wondering how, just learning how to stand my ground. Where the warmth collects without a sound, where nothing's broken, nothing's loud, where the light is not a shroud. I'll sit with the quiet and I forget where the light stays, where the light stays. I'll keep the match inside my chest, where the light stays, where the light stays. The street has softened, the doors ajar, where the light stays, where the light stays. I don't need answers from the stars, where the light stays, where the light stays. Just breathe it in and breathe it out, where the light stays, where the light stays. No fear, no doubt, no anxious route, where the light stays, where the light stays. I'll let the day be what it gives and live where the light stays. I fold a blanket, I rinse a cup, I wipe the window where the sun came up. The cat is sleeping on a wooden chair, her fur is catching bits of air. A child laughs somewhere down the block, the postman slides a letter through the lock. I tuck it in the drawer for now, I'll read it later. I'll allow the afternoon to drift along, unhurried as a quiet song. I used to rush past every door, I used to chase a brighter floor. But ordinary rooms are kind, they hold the hours close in line. The soap is steady on the sink, the water taps a steady wink. The floorboards creak a gentle creed that everything I want's not what I need. Just patient gravity, just gravity. I'll sit with the quiet and I'll forget where the light stays, where the light stays. I'll keep the match inside my chest, where the light stays, where the light stays. The street has softened, the doors ajar, where the light stays, where the light stays. Just breathe it in and breathe it out, where the light stays, where the light stays. No fear, no doubt, no anxious route, where the light stays, where the light stays. And when the evening pulls the blinds, I'll still be where the light stays. The lamp comes on the road. Morning comes in slow, the curtain pulls aside. I watch the dust float easy, nowhere left to hide. My tea is warm against my palm, the city starts to hum. A pigeon on the railing waiting for the sun. I fold the blanket neatly, set it on the chair. The room is soft and patient, full of quiet air. No rush, no heavy thinking, just the clock that gently ticks, and the light that finds the windowsill in slow and golden sips. The street below is waking, but it moves in softer gears. A taxi idling softly, a neighbor waving through the years. I tie my laces, lazy, don't need to be somewhere soon. Just trace the shadow on the floor, a quiet little tune. My coffee leaves a ring upon the wooden tabletop. A bookmark holding yesterday where I had chose to stop. I close my eyes for half a beat, just listening to the room. The refrigerator humming like a low and gentle bloom. Let the moment settle, let it breathe. Nothing loud, nothing underneath, just the ordinary, steady and slow, letting all the easy feeling flow. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Morning on the floor, on the doorway, on the page. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am grounded, I am quiet, turning the next page. Where the light stays, holding warmth inside the ordinary things. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Soft and steady, hear the gentle voice it brings. The afternoon is leaning, golden on the wall. My notebook open, empty, but I'm not worried at all. A breeze comes through the window, stirs the curtain like a friend, reminding me the day is kind, beginning without end. I water small green leaves upon the kitchen sink, watch tiny water droplets gather at the rim, and think that life is mostly moments, small and unobserved, the kind that slip in quietly and leave us softly perched. If you're tired, if you're heavy, set it down a while. Let the room be your companion, let the daylight smile. There's no race, no destination, only breath and being here. Only this soft corner, only what I hold in here. I will sit a little longer, watch the shadows bend and lean. I will let the simple moment be the softest thing I've seen. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Morning on the floor, on the doorway, on the page, where the light stays, where the light stays. I am grounded, I am quiet, turning the next page, where the light stays, building warmth inside the ordinary things, where the light stays, where the light stays. Soft and steady, hear the gentle voice it sings. Nothing else I need to chase. The light stays on my face. Nothing else I need to know. The light stays, the light stays. Breathing slow, breathing slow. The light. Morning comes in softer than I asked for it to. Cup of tea still cooling on the table by the door. I can hear the neighbor's dog bark once and give up. Nothing here is rushing, nothing pulling me away. I just sit and watch the way the curtain moves. Light stays on the wall, light stays on the wall. There is dust inside the sunlight, drifting where it goes. A car passes slow, the street is empty as a sigh. I remember yesterday, but only in pieces. Phone face down, I forgot to check it for an hour. My shoulders just drop a little, just enough. And the room keeps holding what I cannot say out loud. I don't need a reason to stay here in this chair. I don't need a perfect thought, just one more breath. The world outside can take its time, it's not on fire. I'm learning how to let the small things be enough. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I keep the window open and I let it stay. Where the light stays, where the light stays, where the light stays. On my hands, on the floor, on the cup I made. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm not chasing anything, I'm not running late. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Just breathing slow, breathing slow, breathing slow. Evening folds the room into a quieter shape. The keyboard clicks a little, neighbors laugh through the wall. I write a list of things I'm grateful for, simple ones. Warm water, clean socks, a song that's playing now. I don't need a night to promise me a dream. I just need this minute and the minute right after. If you're tired, you can sit here, you don't have to speak. The light will hold the silence, the light will hold the room. I've been learning how to be a soft, the kind of strong, not the kind of showers, just the kind of stay. So rest your head a moment, close your eyes a little. We can watch the glow together, we don't have to move. Where the light stays, where the light stays, where the light stays. I keep the window open and I let it stay. Where the light stays, where the light stays. On my hands, on the floor, on the cup I made. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm not chasing anything, I'm not running late. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Just breathing slow, breathing slow, breathing slow. Breathing slow. The light stays, the light stays. Even when I close my eyes I feel it here. The light stays, the light stays. Soft on my skin, soft on my skin. The light stays. Yeah. The morning pulls its weight across the floor. A cup of something warm sits by the door. I count the dust that drifts inside the beam. A small familiar world, a quiet dream. My shoes are by the chair where I left them last. The street below is folded up the past. I hear a car pull slow, then drive away. The room remembers how to start the day. I trace a line along the window pane. The sky is pale, the city sounds like rain. A neighbor hums a song I almost know. The radiator ticks and lets it go. My hands are resting on an open page. A line I started once in another age. I do not rush to finish what I started. I let the room stay open, unretarded. So I will stay right here. I will not disappear. I will let the slow hours come. I will let the silence hum. I will breathe until I know where the light is gonna go. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Soft on the table, soft on the floor. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am not looking for anymore. Let it rest on my skin. Let it hold me the way I have been. Where the light stays, where the light stays. A postcard from a friend I have not called. A sweater that I wore before the fall. The kettle clicks and then begins to sing. I let the steam rise up like anything. There is a plant beside the kitchen sink. Its leaves are patient, leaning to the brink. I water it and whisper something low, the kind of thing only the morning knows. I used to chase the corners of the day. I used to think the night would not obey. But now I sit, I watch, I let things be. The room is full of me. I do not need a reason to remain. I do not need a map to find the lane. The light will keep its quiet little glow. And I will keep the pace, and I will go slow. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Soft on the table, soft on the floor. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am not looking for anymore. Let it rest on my skin. Let it hold me the way I have been. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Where the light stays, the light stays. The light stays, the light stays. Soft on the cup, soft on the day. The light stays, the light stays. Soft as it goes, soft as it stays. The light stays. The curtain moves a little when you walk past the door. A cup of cold tea sitting on the table by the floor. I hear the hallway settle into a quieter hum. The day is folding slowly, almost done. My shoes by the radiator, still warm from outside. A page from the notebook, open wide. I don't need to chase the minutes anymore. I just let them drift across my wooden floor. The street lamp through the window makes a yellow shade. A neighbor's dog is sleeping through the nightscape. I rinse the plate and leave it on the rack. Nothing loud enough to bring me back. The radio is humming something half remembered, a song my mother used to play in early September. I trace the rim of the glass with a fingertip and feel the room accept me as I am. No big reveal, no thunderclap tonight. Just the rhythm of the radiator keeping time. I breathe in through my nose, I let it fall. I'm here, and that is all. Oh, where the light stays, where the light stays. Soft gold on the wall, slow as days. Where the light stays, oh, where the light stays, where the light stays. I keep my hands open, I keep my hands open. Where the light stays. The kettle cooks before the water even boils. A text I never answer sitting by my coil. I pull my sweater closer around my shoulder. The night is old but I feel no older. There's a moth against the window pane and gone. A paper clip I lose and find at dawn. I learned the simple art of leaving things like I learned the art of staying too. If I had a message for the version of me who spent so many years afraid to just be, I'd tell them rooms can hold you without any has gone soft, the cars have gone slow. The mirror shows a face I'm starting to know. Not perfect, not polished, just plainly mine. Reflected in the glow where the light stays, where the light stays. Warm on the table where my coffee waits, where the light stays. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I keep my hands open, I keep my hands open where the light stays. Where the light stays. As it stays, the light stays. Oh. The morning came in slow. No rush to start, steam rising off the cup I hold in my palm. I watch the street below, remember how to breathe. A cat steps off the wall and walks without a sound. The light is patient, sitting on the kitchen floor. I let it stay a while, I let it stay a while. There's music playing low from somewhere down the hall. A neighbor humming something I can't quite recall. My keys are where I left them, near the open door. Nothing's out of place, nothing asks for more. I tie my hair back slow and find a quieter pace. The day is gentle here, the day is gentle here. I don't need the world to move a little faster now. I don't need the noise to prove I'm wide awake. Let the room be small, let the morning do its work. Let the light stay where it lands, let the light stay where the light stays. That's where I'll be, soft on the table, soft on me. No need to chase it, no need to run. Just a slow morning, just a quiet sun. Where the light stays, I'll stay too. Breathing in the ordinary, the way that lovers do. Steady as a window, steady as a song. Where the light stays, that's where I belong. The neighbor's dog comes out and stretches in the yard. A bicycle goes past with a basket full of stars. Just paper, flowers, soft and twine. I write a little list of nothing I must do. A load of clothes, a glass of water, a sky is so blue. My phone is on the counter, face down, turned away. The world can wait a bit, the world can wait a bit. Maybe this is all that peace is meant to be. A chair pulled close, a curtain moving lazily. No big revelation, no thunder in the chest. Just a body finally letting the body rest. I trace the rim of the cup, I count the shadows down. I am here now. Where the light stays, that's where I'll be. Soft on the table, soft on me. No need to chase it, no need to run. Just a slow morning, just a quiet sun. Where the light stays, I'll stay too. Breathing in the ordinary, the way that lovers do. If the afternoon comes soft, I won't complain. If the evening takes its time, I'll do the same. Where the light stays, I stay. Soft as it goes, soft as it stays. Soft as it goes, soft as it stays. The light stays, the light stays. I'm still here, I'm still here. The light stays. Morning slips in slow across the wooden floor. The curtain moves a little, ask for nothing more. My tea is warm, the mug still holds yesterday. A quiet kind of patience finding its own way. The street outside is softer than it used to be. Even the shadows here don't rush away from me. I sit a while, just watching dust become the sun. And nothing needs to happen, nothing needs to run. The radio hums low, a voice I've never met, talking to the city like a quiet friend. My shoulders drop, my jaw unclenches by degrees. The kind of calm you don't expect but you receive. A car pulls past, the tires barely make a sound. The neighbor's dog is sleeping on the cooling ground. I find I don't need answers, I don't need a sign. I just need this one window, this one cup of mine. And if the world gets heavy, and if the hours bend, there's always this one corner where the day begins again. Not loud, not asking questions, just open and slow wide. A place I keep returning, a place I hold inside. The light stays, the light stays. It doesn't ask me for a thing. The light stays, the light stays. It lets my tired spirit sing. When the morning feels uncertain, when the night is slow to leave. The light stays, and so somehow I breathe. The light stays, the light stays. My notebook lies open to a half-written line. The pen beside it resting in no hurry to find. Whatever words I'm chasing, they'll arrive or they won't. Some thoughts arrive on schedule, others come and don't. I trace the edge of silence with a fingertip and feel the room respond in small familiar grip. A creak, a sigh, the kettle ticking as it cools. The language of a house that knows me, knows my rules. Maybe that's enough for now, maybe that's the whole of it. A chair, a light, a steady hour, a slow and honest fit. Not every day needs meaning, not every night needs stars. Some moments just need sitting, some moments just are ours. The light stays, the light stays. It doesn't ask me for a thing. The light stays, the light stays. It lets my tired spirit sing. When the morning feels uncertain, when the night is slow to leave. The light stays, and so somehow I breathe. The light stays, the light stays. The light stays, I'm still here. The light stays, the light stays. Softly fading, softly fading. The light stays. The window holds a line of gold I cannot keep. It rests upon the table where the coffee cools. I watch the steam unwind in slow and curving loops. A neighbor walks below me, no rush. Inside their step, the room has found its quiet shape around me now. And I am learning how to sit inside the sound of nothing needing answers, nothing being solved. Just the chair, the floor, the breath, the turning hour. Outside the street is gone soft, the cars move slow. A dog pauses under a tree and looks my way. I do not know his name and he does not know mine, but we both agree the afternoon is warm enough. The phone is somewhere underneath the folded shirt. No one is asking anything of me today. I trace the rim of the cup with one patient thumb and feel the day pass gently through my open palm. So let the hours lean into the wall, let the dust stand slightly where it wants. I am not chasing anything at all. I am only here, I am only where the light falls. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I will meet you in the golden of the day. Where the light stays, softly fading, softly stays. Everything I need is on its way. Where the light stays, on the table, on the floor, on the cup, the curtain, the closing door. I will rest where the quiet has a name. Where the light stays, it stays, it stays the same. The evening opens like a book with no surprise. I have read these pages many times before, but tonight I do not look for what is missing. Tonight I only count count the things that still arrive. The pillow waiting where my head will finally land. The streetlight humming softly through the glass. The neighbor's window glowing one floor down. A small car world still turning as I close my eyes. There is no need to hold the moment tighter than it asks. Even the light is patient with the dark. I will let the silence put its hand upon my back and walk me slowly through the waiting part. Tomorrow will return, the same soft street, the same warm air, the same blue quiet sitting in my chest. So for now I am a body in a chair, allowed to rest, allowed to simply rest. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I will meet you in the golden of the day. Where the light stays, softly fading, softly stays, everything I need is on its way. Where the light stays, on the table, on the floor, on the cup, the curtain, the closing door. I will rest where the quiet has a name. Where the light stays, it stays, it stays the same. The light stays, softly fading, softly staying. The light stays, softly fading, softly fading, softly fading. The light stays. The morning folds its corners back again. I watch the steam rise up and lose its shape. A cup that's cool and slow beside the pen. The room is warm, but kinda wanna stay. Outside the window, someone's walking low, keys in hand, eyes on the cracked sidewalk. The city hums beneath the muted glow, and I'm just here, just breathing nothing off. My phone lies face down on the wooden chair. A half-read page is folded at the spine. I like the quiet, how it doesn't care if I'm a little lost or doing fine. The plants have grown another shade of green. The cat is sleeping where the sunlight lands. I count the small, unremarkable things between the ceiling fan and my two open hands. And if the day gets heavy, I won't fight it. I let it set like coffee going cold. I'll keep one corner of the room still lit and let the rest of it just do what it's told. Where the light stays, I will stay too. Where the light stays, I'm coming home to you. Where the light stays, the world is slow. The windows open, the curtains blow. Where the light stays, I find my place. A steady room, a quiet face. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I'm holding on to ordinary days. I took a walk around the block at noon. The bakery door was propped against the heat. A kid was drawing circles with his shoe. A neighbor waved from halfway down the street. The shade was thick beneath the maple tree. I stood there longer than I meant to stand. There's nothing waiting, nothing chasing me, just dirt and grass beneath my open hand. I used to think the glow was somewhere else, a different town, a window I could find. But light lives in the ordinary shells, the ones I pass 100 times in mine. So here, right here, I'll set my coffee down. I'll let the afternoon be slow and kind. The light won't leave me if I don't leave town. It stays where I keep leaving it behind. The light stays, I will stay too. Where the light stays, I'm coming home to you. Where the light stays, the world is slow. The windows open, the curtains blow. Where the light stays, I find my pace. A steady room where I can breathe. Where the light stays, where the light stays, I'm holding on to ordinary days. Yeah, the light stays. Softly fading, softly fading. The light stays. I'm right here, I'm not afraid. The light stays. Just a hum, just a slow parade. stay. Morning didn't come in like a headline, just the window warming up the room. The mug is cool where I left the steam already gone by noon. I find the rhythm of a radiator clicking, a call that hums and then fades past. Small things in their honest places, holding on to what they are. I take my shoes off by the door, turn the lock, then leave it be. The street outside is softer now, no one's walking urgently. I trace the line where paint has cracked a chip of color on my thumb. It's funny how the quiet hours make a person feel like sun. If you listen long enough, the ordinary starts to glow. Not asking to be rescued, just asking to be known. Where the light stays, that's where I'll be. Where the light stays, slow and easily. Cup still warm, breath still slow. Tell me what you came here for, and then take it slow. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm not going anywhere today. Your jacket's still across the chair, the one you said you grabbed last week. I fold the sleeves in once, then twice, a quiet kind of housekeeping. The neighbor's dog is barking softly, the bell above the laundromat rings. I think I like that kind of waiting that doesn't have to want a thing. I read the same page 3 times over, not because the words are hard, just because the room feels steady and I'm not ready to discard the gentle weight of being nowhere, of being almost here, almost home. If you are listening from a far street, know that you are not alone. Where the light stays, that's where I'll be. Where the light stays, slow and easily. Cup still warm, breath still slow. Tell me what you came here for, and then take it slow. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'm not going anywhere today. The light stays. Just the hum, just the slow parade. Just the hum, just the slow parade. I'm not going anywhere, anywhere today. Morning leans against the window pane, soft and slow, not asking anything of me. The steam curls up from a cup, I sit down, half forgotten on the table where the light stays. Car passes quiet on the street outside. The world goes soft in the corner of my eye. I pull my sleeve across my open palm, letting the day arrive at its own pace. No headlines, no appointments on the wall, just the hum of the fridge and a clock that ticks. The books on the shelf are patient with me. They don't mind that I haven't touched their spines. I trace the wood grain with my fingertip, feeling the room, remember I am here. A neighbor's dog barks once, then gives up, and the quiet returns like an old friend. So I breathe, letting the air sit low in my chest. So I stay not chasing anything, I haven't got the life all steady across the floor, and I am not in any kind of hurry. Where the light stays, I am finding my way, finding my way, finding my way. Where the light stays, I am finding my way. Not running from, not running toward, just here, just now, just this soft afternoon. Just my hand against the cool of the glass. Where the light stays, I am finding my way today. laundry hums in the next room over, a gentle rhythm that asks nothing back. I sort the mail I already know is junk, toss the flyers, keep on with a simple photo. Outside the trees are shaking out their leaves, a small applause for no one in particular. I think about calling someone back today, but the thought is enough. The thought, I am learning what it means to stand still, not as a statue but as someone listening. The city breathes beyond the thin blue walls, and I can hear it clearly when I slow down. There is no victory in a rushed heart, no failure in a day that simply rests. I let the light stay where it wants to fall, and I let myself stay where I already am. Where the light stays, I am finding my way, finding my way, finding my way. Where the light stays, I am finding my way. Not chasing ghosts, not chasing proof, just the cup, just the breath, just the open door, just the quiet weight of an ordinary hour. Where the light stays, I am finding my way today. Where the light stays, I'm not going anywhere today. The street outside is gone soft again, and I am here to watch it softly end. The light stays, the light stays, the light stays. I wake and find the kettle still warm. The cup I left is sitting where I stood. A curtain moves across the morning floor, and shadows settle where the quiet stood. The room remembers every step I take. The window keeps a little bit of sun. I breathe it in, I let my shoulders drop. Another day is quietly begun. My shoes are by the door, untouched by rain. The street outside is breathing slow and low. A neighbor waves without a word to say, the kind of smile you do not have to show. I watch a leaf turn over on the path. A bicycle goes past without a sound. The afternoon is gentle on my skin, a patient kind of peace that I have found. Nothing pulls me anywhere tonight, nothing asks me more than I can give. I am learning how to stand in place, I am learning how to simply live. Every breath I take is mine to hold, every quiet moment mine to keep. Even as the world begins to fade, I will let you fall into a softer sleep. Where the light stays, I will stay too. Where the light stays, I am home with you. Through an open window, through an open door, I have never needed any more. Where the light stays, where the light stays, let the night be gentle on our faces. Where the light stays, where the light stays, all my weight can fall into soft places. Where the light stays, the light stays, where the light stays, all my weight can fall into soft places. Where the light stays, where the light stays, all my weight can fall into soft places. The fridge hums a familiar little tune, the books I keep in rows upon the shelf. I trace the titles with the patient thumb. I am reminded I am still myself. There is no hurry pressing at my chest, no distant voice to answer or to chase. The evening pulls along in golden thread, and I am held inside a quiet space. If you are tired, lay your coat down here. If you are hungry, there is tea upon the stove. I am not asking for a single thing, just the simple presence of the ones I love. I will keep the hallway light on low for you. I will leave the garden door unlocked wide. Nothing in this room is going anywhere. We can let the soft and heavy moments by. Where the light stays, I will stay too. Where the light stays, I am home with you. Through an open window, through an open door, I have never needed any more. Where the light stays, where the light stays, let the night be gentle on our faces. Where the light stays, where the light stays, all my weight can fall into soft places. Where the light stays. The cup is empty and the day is full. The window keeps a memory of rain. The street outside has gone soft again, and I am here to meet the night the same. Where the light stays, where the light stays, where the light stays. Morning coming through the curtain slow, painted lines across the wooden floor. Cup of something cooling by my head. Steam has faded, I don't mind at all. Street outside is waking without sound, shadows stretching out across the ground. I keep my eyes on simple things today. Let the quiet come and make its way. Pages turn with fingers feeling rough, edges soft from holding them enough. Pen is resting where I left it last. Ink has settled, no more words to cast. Something in the room begins to hum, vibrations low before the day is young. I lay my head against the window pane, counting tiny lights that disappear in rain. I don't need to chase the disappearing sun, I don't need to be the only moving one. Let me just remain where I can feel the heat. Let me just remain with both hands on my seat. Where the light stays, I will keep my head down low. Where the light stays, taking everything quite slow. Where the light stays, breathing in and letting go. Where the light stays, I can hear the traffic winding down outside. I can feel the floorboards warming with the tide. I can sit for hours watching shadows ride. Where the light stays. There is kindness in a kitchen chair, in the way the kettle handles air. Not every moment has to prove a thing, some are only made for listening. I have worn my patience like a coat, buttons done, I'm near my throat. When the world gets loud, I'll close the door, sit and watch the dust dance on the floor. Maybe I was running for too long, maybe I was trying to be strong. Maybe softness is the truest form of brave. Maybe staying still is how I'm saved. If you find me here when evening comes, I will not be waiting for the drums. I will simply be a quiet kind of friend, listening until the daylight ends. Where the light stays, I will keep my head down low. Where the light stays, taking everything quite slow. Where the light stays, breathing in and letting go. Where the light stays, I can hear the traffic winding down outside. I can feel the floorboards warming with the tide. I can sit for hours watching shadows ride. Where the light stays. Cup is empty now, the room is warm. Nothing here is trying to perform. Let the daylight stay a little more. Let the daylight stay where the light stays. Where the light stays. Where the light stays. The morning pours its weight across the room, a pale streak settling on the wooden floor. kettle hums a low and easy tune. The cup is sitting where I left it before. Outside the street is folded into gray. A bus goes by and does not turn its head. I tie my shoes and let the hours sway. No map, no rush, no voice I have to thread. My neighbor's dog is watching from the stairs. His tail is tapping like a patient drum. The radio is playing someone's prayers. Just static, warmth of voice before the hum. I count the rings my coffee leaves behind. A small brown circle like a quiet year. There's nothing heavy pressing on my mind. Just ordinary weather, ordinary here. And if the sky is soft and undefined, and if the day is slow to find its shape, I'll let it be, I'll let it be, I'll let it be. I'll sit inside this gentle open space where the light stays, where the light stays. On the table, on the tile, on my face, where the light stays, where the light stays. Every morning finds its resting place. I'm not running, I'm not hiding out, I'm not searching for a different town. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Let the daylight stay, let the daylight stay. The afternoon is thick, warm and slow. A cat across the fence is barely there. A bicycle is leaning and the shadow of the lemon tree is moving through the air. I write a list and cross the list back out. Then make some tea, then watch the steam climb up. There's no performance here, no need to shout. Just breath, just hands, just this ordinary cup. If I could send a letter to the hours, I'd only write. You do not have to fly. The smallest rooms can hold the largest powers. The slowest days can teach you how to lie. Softly down, softly down, softly down. Rest your head against the humming sound. The world is wide, the world is wide, the world is wide. But here is holy ground. Where the light stays, where the light stays. On my shoulder, on the wall, on the stairs. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Even silence says its quiet prayers. I'm not waiting for a brighter sign. I'm not holding on to a borrowed line. Where the light stays, where the light stays. Let the daylight stay, let the daylight stay. The evening folds its paper over town. A single lamp comes on across the lane. I set my cup down. I don't need a sound, just the lamp, the room, the window, the soft rain. Where the light stays, where the light stays, where the light stays. Where the light stays. Morning opens like a curtain left half drawn. Cool air on the towel, the kettle just starting to hum. I stand there a minute longer than I need to, letting the steam rise slow, letting the silence land. The street outside is still damp from the night. Footsteps passing quiet, no one in a hurry to be anywhere. I watch the cat stretch out across the chair, and I remember how it feels to just be standing here. There is a mug on the counter, still warm from your hands. A book left open at a page I haven't reached yet. The neighbor's wind chimes are started up again. A small metal song I never get tired of hearing. I sweep the floor, I don't turn on the radio. The rhythm of the broom is enough for now. Some days feel like a hallway with the lights left low, and I like walking through them, I like the quiet glow. I used to chase the noise to feel alive. I used to think that softer meant a smaller life. but here the hours stretch out wide and slow, and I'm learning what it means to simply stay. To simply stay where the light stays, where the light stays. The lamp is on, the door is closed, the room is safe. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am here, no need to run away. Where the light stays, where the light stays. The bread is warm, the window's clear, the day is gray. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'll keep the kettle on, I'll keep the hours saved. A friend calls in the afternoon, voice low and unhurried. We talk about nothing much, the garden, the rain. I rinse the dishes slow, I wipe the counter twice. Not because it's dirty, just to keep my hands in motion. The cat finds the warm square of sun on the rug and curls there like she knows something I don't yet. I sit beside her, back against the wall, and watch the shadows move their long, slow arc across the floor. It's not the big moments that I'm holding on to, it's the in-between, the ordinary, the small. The way the faucet drips a tune I'm starting to love. The way my shoulders finally drop, finally fall. I don't need a reason, I don't need a name. Just this quiet body, just this steady flame. Let the world outside be loud and far away. I've got enough light here to last me the whole day. Where the light stays, where the light stays. The lamp is on, the door is closed, the room is safe. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I am here, no need to run away. Where the light stays, where the light stays. The bread is warm, the window's clear, the day is gray. Where the light stays, where the light stays. I'll keep the kettle on, I'll keep the hours saved. Where the light stays, it's where the light stays. So I'll keep the kettle on, I'll keep the hours saved. Just the lamp. Just the lamp.